Hello, it's the real TomTom. Welcome to this particular video called Race for Fun. Essentially what happened was on Thursday night, about 4 or 5 of us turned up for the league race because people have been on holiday. It's the Easter weekend and all that. So it was essentially a bit of fun. We decided not to do the actual league race, but we have done it here in Mexico as the race was meant to be. So it was just a bit of a practice for everyone. However, you'll notice we have AI on, who are on I think expert difficulty, where I'm normally setting them to hard, but it gave me a bit of a challenge as well as the other drivers being better, but we set the cars to be sort of realistic. So I was lucky enough, because I'm terrible, to be in the Mercedes, whereas some of the guys who are really good got put in like the Manor. I think actually they were in the Renaults at the back. So it was a lot of fun to sort of experiment and try with this, to be up against the different cars and how it was going. Again, learning the track for next time we do the actual multiplayer championship was really useful for me. Finding where you can and can't brake and all that kind of stuff. I can't remember if I preloaded a setup for this. If I did, it was probably the Great British setup I'd had. Now the difference, excuse me, this time is the AI aren't necessarily as forgiving as maybe sort of the other real world drivers, but it was again an experience I'd recommend doing. It was good because obviously the real world drivers, like you see there, we give each other space, we give each other room, we do try where we can to battle fairly without being too much of a dick about it, for want of a better word. Just there, if I'd started to try and take the corner rather than overshooting it, I would have taken him out. I would have ruined his race. So I decided to not do that. I decided just to kind of keep braking, but take the line where I go straight on. Doesn't serve me well for the tyre wear, and again, you get out of a bit of a rhythm, get out of your flow of driving, and after a while you completely lose it. So I've now got AI behind me in the shape of Grosjean. So I'm not going to be as forgiving as I would be to a human racer who I know can beat me. And for the most part, it serves me fairly well. There's a few bits you'll see coming up where I'm a little aggressive, and maybe I shouldn't have been. But it is, again, just kind of that steep learning curve with all of these kind of games where you want to get better, then you race with better people. It's like with anything. If you do music as your thing, get in a band. If you're still just starting the guitar, find people who are better than you, join a band, and you will get better because of it. Same thing here. If you join an F1 league, don't stick around with just the best ones. Again, all the top racers in this league race in other ones as well. So there you go, my first pit stop at lap 5 onto the soft tyres, and now down in 12th with Bartel in 13th, another human controlled driver a couple of seconds down the road from me. But yes, so essentially if you're doing anything like this, always try and make sure you're racing with people better than you. Eventually you'll probably get better than most people at it. You see the YouTube guys who do this sort of racing, who are the top of the top, and again, it's nip and tuck between them on any given day depending on the track. Each one's got a favourite thing, they've all got setups they use, but they know the game, they know it really well. For people like myself, it really is just kind of trying to get better, trying to produce something that I feel proud of doing, and so far I think I've improved as a driver for the most part. Again, I know I'm nowhere near good at this game yet. I've still got pretty much all the kind of helps and tutorials and bits turned on, but at the same point, I'm not as bad as I was. I think by having the line on, I have improved where I should take a corner. There you can see Massa overtook me, I take him back, and I make it stick through that particular corner there. So I do think by racing some of these better drivers, I've improved myself. Now, I'm not sure if it's coming up. I at this point, I don't think I'd realised Bartel had also overtaken. So I was a little bit over-aggressive there. I'd really just pushed him almost into the wall, thinking it was still Massa and the AI, and it wasn't. So I'm glad I didn't take him out, and I did apologise as we were driving, saying I didn't realise it was you, mate. And he's like, no problem. Again, because we're doing it for fun, there's no real points up for grabs. So because I'm in the Mercedes this time, it's a major straight line race. I know this time he's going to be on my inside, and again, it was a bit of a unlucky one where I just couldn't keep it on the corner. Luckily, we didn't take each other out. There I was just stupid, and it's now, there we go, I spin myself off, luckily don't get sort of smashed by everyone. So again, glad Bartel didn't get taken out by my stupidity. Was just trying to be more aggressive, just trying out where I could take a line, but again it didn't work out. So because of that spin, my tyres at this point were pretty shot, so I'd gone on now to another set of super softs. Again, down in 20th, it's that kind of stage of going, you've got nothing left to lose, you might as well give it a go, see what happens. Especially with it being AI, I might be able to get past them, I might be able to do something where normally I wouldn't have done. I do find it annoying how aggressively my tyre wear happens compared to some of the other guys, be it dry or wet races and all the rest of it. It does get annoying because I'm having to make extra stops and I'm not the best driver out there. Oh yeah, there we go. I get a 3 second as well for corner cutting just because I completely sort of straight line all of them, partly through a mistake, partly trying to take Gutierrez for obvious corner cutting. Thanks very much, race engineer. And it's now trying to use that the Mercedes speed that I'm not usually used to when we have equal sort of car setups. But I was able to very nicely get past him there, so up into 18th place on the Super Softs. Again, tyre wearing being what it is, I'm now down to about 20% on the fronts, 15 as you can see there on the backs, with 4 laps left to run. 4 seconds up the road is Carlos Sainz. So anything can happen. It is really just again, doing the best I can, just getting used to the lines, getting used to the tracks. 43% tyre wear now. Gutierrez comes up. It is wheel-to-wheel racing, just trying to, again, really kind of maintain that 17th, the dizzying heights of 17th place. I don't know whether I show it, but I do get another 3 second penalty for corner cutting again. I don't know whether I've edited that out or not, but I do get another corner cut penalty. So that's, so I get 2 6-second penalties. So whatever happens, I'm not going to finish ahead of Gutierrez. I'm not going to get a 6-second advantage on him now, especially with the speed that I drive on worn tyres. Wixie won the race. There he has, 0.8 seconds behind. So with 6 seconds, even if it's just 3, I'd still be finishing behind him, and I'm never in this lap going to make back that sort of time. As a track, I quite liked Mexico. as with lots of these circuits where you've got lots of, sort of double S's and things like Japan and all the rest of it, if you hook them up right, if you get your line perfect, you just fly through. You get an amazing amount of time. But as you see with me, when you get them wrong, you're all over the shop. You're corner cutting. There you go. There's the other corner cutting warning I get. You just cannot get the speed right if you're getting it wrong, and you'll inevitably get corner cuts for that happening as well. So that was the bit of fun. If you look at the full live stream, you'll notice that there is also, I think we do another sort of race and a half after this. Brazil was going quite well for me. I do stack it up, but then the computer, or at least the network, kicks out everyone, and we all start to lose connection, which was a real pain. I was doing quite well with that one. And again, then we did another race after that, and by then it was too late to do much more, so went to bed. The story of my life. If you like what you've seen, thanks very much. If you want to keep following at The Real TomTom on Twitter and here on YouTube, I think the username is TomTomSGC, although I changed it using the Google Plus stuff. I don't know anymore. It's just all a bit of fun. Until next time, thanks very much for watching this particular video.